Welcome to FX Files. This is an OffAir Special brought to you by Paga. Welcome.
As you can see.
Yes, as you can see. As you can see. Yes, they looked after us. As you can see, we're looking after them. All right. So has this ever happened to you when you've traveled into the abroad? You tried to pay for something with a, should I say a card from a Nigerian bank, and then you can't pay for it.
Yeah.
And you know you have the money.
Yes.
And they're looking at you like you're a scoundrel and you're a fraudster, and you're like, no, I have the money.
Let's explain for those who might not understand. So see, in Nigeria, if you go to the till, you use your card or whatever it is, and the transfer doesn't go through, or the transaction doesn't go through your card, they will understand, oh, network, try again. Let's bring another POS or something like that. Abroad, if your card payment or transaction or whatever doesn't go through, it's because most likely there's no money in that account. So when they say declined, it's like a shameful thing over there. So imagine I was in Sephora, I bought makeup, I bought perfume, I bought this, I bought that. They were scanning, oh yeah, can you remember? I was like, yes, gave them the code. Everything. It was now time to pay. Oh, it's declined, ma'am. Hey! Disgrace. I was like, okay, please, can you put it to the side? I'll be back for it. And what was happening? It was something along the lines of there was an issue with the bank in Nigeria, so they were having issues. So yeah, I literally had to call Nigeria to find out, is XYZ bank having issues? What's the problem? Because I tried to pay, and you're just there like, first of all, they're already looking at me funny. Second of all, so I had to go, I can't remember what happened. I think I had to go get cash. And then even the cash, they were looking at me suspiciously because they were like,
I don't. So when I travel, I have maybe a backup or two. Just in case.
Yeah,
just
in case of disgrace.
And I have to check, make sure everything is working. Maybe do like a small transaction first, before I try and buy anything big. Anyhow, so Paga have come up with something that is pretty amazing, and it's supposed to make our lives easier. If you, like Gbemi or myself, have been in a situation where your card from a Nigerian bank just isn't working and you're like abroad and you're just like, what the hell? Or because everybody knows the process, right? You're supposed to have, unless you have a card from a foreign country or a foreign bank, when you're traveling, you have your DOM card. So you could have your DOM card in dollars or you could have it in pounds. So I'm traveling to New York. I'll get my DOM dollar card. I will go and find dollars.
Put it on it.
So I will withdraw money in Naira from my account, convert it to dollars, then take it to my bank and tell them to, put it into my DOM account. Or you can call Aboki, you can send the money to them and they'll pay it into you. So the whole process is tedious. And let's just say I did a certain amount. Once that amount has been exhausted, I need to do it again. Now, even if my regular account and my DOM account are with the same bank, what I don't understand is why that process is so tedious. Anyways, this eliminates all of that. We are going to have the CEO
in the building
of Paga. He's going to be talking to us in a short while, and we'll have lots of questions for him. But essentially, this makes things a lot easier. I wonder what it does for people me and you who have businesses.
Yeah,
they have foreign customers.
Yeah. You have people who are, shopping from where, all parts of the world, because it's not just Nigerians we sell to, especially for fashion. And I remember US-based customers who would struggle to find maybe their shoe size or something and decide these are people who are not Nigerian and buy from me, and then they had to figure out how to send money through a particular service. I don't want to mention their name. But so this is going to make things so easy. For example, for people in the US, you can now open a fully regulated US bank account, get physical and virtual Visa cards, and link to Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, and all of that. Everything you need to live and pay globally. Also, you can send and receive money seamlessly across borders. So you have one wallet, multiple currencies, whether it's USD, Naira, Smooth, and it is stress-free. All you have to do is basically download the Paga app on Play Store or Apple Store and start banking in US dollars and Naira today.
And allowing customers to have an MCA. What is an MCA? It is a multi-currency account.
Simple.
So you can send pay, and bank in both USD and Naira all on one
See,
platform.
please, we have to clap for them. We have to clap for them. We have to clap for them. I don't think you understand. You don't understand. Listen, what our eyes have seen, we have seen shaggy. So it's very convenient for, especially those of you who are doing remote work, who would like to find how to get paid. Look, if you want to survive, especially in these Lagos,
Earn that foreign currency, baby.
Listen, you have to get one side job on the side, do something, and this is a way for you to get paid easily now. It's for freelancers, families, business owners, anyone dealing with FX, and it works with the entire Paga ecosystem. So there's no app hopping, like she said, no wahala, just one smooth experience. Let's play a quick game.
Yes. Let me go first. So I imagine that you've done a bit of research on this new fantastic thing from Paga. So I'm going to ask you, true or false?
Okay.
Opening a US bank account as an African immigrant is usually simple.
Even a 5-year-old can answer this. This is absolutely false. It's
Okay.
very, very difficult sometimes.
You're right. Most people face unnecessary barriers, and Paga solves that. Okay, let me hit you with another one. You need tons of documentation to open a Paga US account.
Very, very, very false. All you need is basically your valid ID and a US address, US-based address.
Yes. You're
residential
very
address.
right. You're very right. Okay, your turn.
Okay. True or false? Paga's multi-currency account only supports Naira. This is almost like a trick question.
Absolutely not, because you have heard us say USD.
Multi-currency.
So yes, Naira and USD for now.
Okay, for now. True or false? Nigerians in the US can get physical and virtual Visa cards through Paga. Is that true?
Yes,
Okay.
it is true. It is true. And they integrate with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, and Robinhood. I haven't heard of Robinhood before.
Except the story. Did you
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Let me hit you with this one. Paga is just a remittance service.
It is not just a remittance service, so that is false. It is not just money transfers. It is built for banking and payments as well. Yeah.
Okay. And let me see. True or false? Paga's new service supports people who live across two worlds, Nigeria and the abroad.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. It's designed for global African diaspora. And there's one last question, because I don't want people to get thrown off by, this last question of our true and false. And the question is, this service is only for Nigerians. Is this true?
It is absolutely false. Yes. Nigerians are the first phase. Paga is expanding to Africans worldwide. Yeah. So lots of very, very interesting things happening at Paga. Remember, one of the first things you need to do is download the Paga app. You can get more information and you can try it out. If you are planning a trip and you're just thinking, one of the issues that I have is paying for stuff when I come to Nigeria, then this is absolute for you.
Yeah. And even if you're not, someone who's in diaspora traveling here, if you're a Nigerian and you just love the seamlessness of being able to receive payments from the US or also send payments to the US for whatever it is, feel free to download the Paga app. Whether you're using an Apple device or whether you're using an Android device, go to your favorite app store, download the app, and just in minutes you can get your account. Very simple. We've been talking, but we also have a guest who's going to break it down even further.
Yes.
He is the Paga CEO,
The
Mr.
Oga at the
Tayo
top.
Oviosu, and we're going to ask him a few questions. He's going to tell us everything that we need to know. So stay tuned.
All right, welcome. Do I say welcome back? Anyways, welcome back. All right, so this season is a very interesting season. This is Dirty December, and this one is supposed to be super, super dirty. Now, one of the things that a lot of people encounter during Dirty December is basically how to pay for stuff. And this could be you as a customer and then you as, a business owner as well. So we have been telling you how Paga helps to solve many of these issues. And right now, we have got the CEO, the Oga at the top of Paga, Tayo Oviosu, here.
Welcome.
Thank you. really great to be with you both. Appreciate it. Yeah.
See.
We're
repping you.
Hardcore.
I had no idea you were going to be.
Okay, all right. So obviously we've talked about the whole wahala of trying to pay during Dirty December and actually just across the year. We now get the opportunity to meet and talk to the man that's trying to solve this. Like I said, he is the CEO of Paga. He's ready to gist with us about Dirty December, cross-world living, and the future of African payments.
Welcome.
So let's start easy.
Thank you.
Are you a Dirty December person?
I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've gone in and out as I've aged. You know?
Okay.
I'll tell you that. But I am looking forward to Dirty December this year.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your Dirty December energy normally like? Are you one of those, I need to go to every single event?
Everything.
No, not everything. It's typically like a couple things a week, maybe, right? I actually try to avoid the big concerts. Yeah, I mean, I've done a couple times where we had like VIP seats, but then they just come out so late.
Yes,
Like, what
yes. My biggest gripe.
right?
Yeah.
So I try to stay away from that, but definitely like to be out. I love dancing, so
Yeah.
if I could be out dancing, that's
What's
my
your
go-to.
go-to
Song.
for
Ooh,
Dirty December has landed?
oh wow, go-to song. I mean, I got to go Rema for some reason. This
Okay.
time.
Which
Yeah,
one?
I mean,
Okay.
like
And
there's
pass me
only
my cup.
yes.
Have fun.
Pick your choice of which one you go with.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I'll go Rema.
As someone who has spent time in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, especially the US, for example,
Yeah.
what difference do you notice in how people experience what they would call home? And home is different things to different people, really, across both worlds.
Yeah. Well, look, I think one of the things that makes Nigeria quite unique and why for many years we're voted like the happiest place in the world, right? Despite all
we
the different
really
things that we face is because we're very welcoming, right? As people, like we love family, we love hanging out with friends and having a good time, and we know how to have a good time as a community. And so I think that is very different than being in the US, right? Or in Europe. And not to say that those, like, it's Thanksgiving period, not to say that those families don't get together and hang out, but it's just a different style of hanging out, right?
Yeah.
The closest I have seen to how Nigerians hang out are the Mexicans.
Yeah.
You're not even going to say the Ghanaians?
No, the Mexicans, man. The Mexicans know how to hang out.
I
right?
hear
Like,
that when they're doing birthday parties, it can start like about 2 in the afternoon and it can go on till like 2 in the morning. Even later.
They are later. They don't even have just regular dinner. They don't have dinner till 10. You know,
then they're till
they're
6
there
a.m.
till like, you know, whatever. So it's very much a family affair. It's very much, you know, communal approach to things. So I think that's one of the things I like about coming back home and getting that experience of being with friends and family and community inside, and then also going out.
Yeah. Speaking of going out, you're building Paga US.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So look, Paga, what we're trying to do and the big vision that we have, we call it our massive transformative purpose, is that we want to make it simple for 1 billion people to access and use money, right? And so when we think about that, for me personally, it is about, I want payments and financial services to be an afterthought.
Okay.
So whatever it is you want to do in life, you shouldn't need to think about, how am I going to pay for this thing? How am I going to finance
the
it?
stress.
Right? No stress. Just go for it, you know? And I give many examples on this, right? And so when I was in the US and I want to buy a car, I literally would just walk into the dealership and all I have thought about is the kind of car I want, not how am I going to pay for this car and how am I going to finance it. But once I pick a car, I negotiate the price. Within like 30, 40 minutes, I have a loan and I'm moving forward, right? And then I walk out with a car. And we don't have anything close to that yet in Nigeria or Africa more broadly, maybe some countries in Africa. And so that's what we're working towards. And we don't think we're the only ones that will solve this problem. It's going to be a lot of people working together, but that's really what's driving us. We want to make it an afterthought. So we've built a really strong business in Nigeria, domestic payments. We're going to take that to other parts of the continent. And that business is at the core of it is an infrastructure that powers other businesses.
Okay.
And there are about 300 businesses that are building on that infrastructure today.
Okay.
Right? So everywhere from Meta to Lemfi to Branch, right, to Omnibiz. These are all businesses that are domestic, international, using our infrastructure
Now it
and our
clicks.
capabilities.
Now it's
So-
click. So when you pay for Meta ads, it's
Yeah.
a Paga account.
It's a Paga account, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Got-
exactly.
okay.
Exactly,
Gotcha.
right? When you're buying your Qatar Airways ticket, right? And so what we're doing with Paga US is our first step to bring global financial services and global financial rails into that infrastructure, right? Because ultimately what we want anyone in Africa to be able to do is to go anywhere in the world, be able to land and access financial services without worrying about it, right? And so this is just the first step for us. And in this first step, anyone with a U.S. residential address, regardless of where you live, can open a Paga US account.
Okay.
And so it's a bank account that is FDIC insured in the US and enables you to get US banking like you would from Bank of America Chase, just without the wahala.
Without wahala.
Without the wahala.
So let's talk about, I mean, you've sort of given an overview of what you're doing, but let's talk about why. So what sort of challenges were you
Yeah.
hearing that people were facing that you thought, you know what, let's see what Paga can do about that? So
Yeah.
what challenges were you hearing about the
I mean,
most?
there are a number of challenges, and I went through it myself when I moved to the U.S. I tried opening bank accounts. I couldn't. I eventually was able to open a credit union account. I think the first credit card I got, I tried to put my own money down to get the same amount of credit, right? Just so I can build my credit.
Oh, wow.
I think that was with MBNA, right? And so it's still the same for Africans today, right? We as a company actually got debanked by Citibank, of all things, after about 5 years of banking with them, right, in the UK. MD of Nigeria said could not help. Nobody could help, right? And I think it's just a misunderstanding of Africans, a misunderstanding of Nigerians being able to KYC, being able to properly interrogate to say and mitigate risk. Now, you cannot take the risk for granted, but if you understand it, you can properly dimension it. So our view is like, let's give proper banking capabilities to Nigerians abroad and Africans more broadly, and then let's make it even easier for them to engage with Nigeria, right, and in the world. So that's why we call it, it's two worlds, one wallet, right, where you can get full U.S. banking, an account that's FDIC insured, that has a physical card, that has a virtual card, that works in Apple Pay, Google Pay, accepted globally.
Okay.
And in that same app, I can send money to Nigeria, I can receive money, right? And I can pay my bills, I can do all these different things and engage back home in an easy way.
So let me ask you this, and you're going to explain it to me like I'm 5.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm coming back for Dirty December. I don't live in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I have an American bank account. I don't have a bank account in Nigeria. How do I pay for goods, services? How do I make sure that my Dirty December isn't, dampened by the stress of having to pay for stuff? I can't carry cash everywhere. I can't carry huge amounts of cash everywhere. Some of my American cards, some of the, merchants here don't take it.
Yeah.
So how do I make sure that, I have a great Dirty December?
In fact, most of the merchants don't take it, right? And we don't want you to carry any cash. So what you're going to do is download the Paga app and open a US dollar account with us. And when you do that, you can link your other US bank account into that. Or you can send money by wire or ACH into it. So now you have dollars in your Paga account. And when you get to Nigeria, you get to the till. So let's say, we go to, what should we say? Let's say go to Flower Shop, right, for breakfast. And after breakfast, you ask them for the account number to pay by bank transfer. And on the Paga app, you go to send money and you say send to Nigeria. And you just put their account number in. It's going to validate their name, so you make sure you're paying the right person. And then you can tell us exactly how much Naira you want to send.
Okay.
And in real time, you'll see the exchange rate there. It's great rates. And you press the transaction and instantly.
And,
they get the money.
the money is transferred. Now, is there an option to have a card?
There is an option to have a card.
Okay, how does
so
that
you
work?
could order a physical card or a virtual card
Okay.
on the app, and it gets delivered to you in the US.
That's great.
So basically, sorry, I'm trying to understand. So basically, the you move money from your US account into your Paga account.
The Paga US account.
Paga US account, and you then have to load the money onto your card.
No. So the cards on Paga US are debit cards.
Yeah.
So once you have a balance, you can use your card on that same balance.
Okay, so if I have if I've moved from my US account to my Paga account $5,000, I've got $5,000 on a card.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
just like any debit card. You'll have access to that $5,000 through the
And
card.
is this just for people in the US?
It's for people who have a U.S. residential address at this point, right? So,
Okay.
like in my case, I live in Nigeria, but I have a U.S. residential base, so I do have the account, and then I can really move between.
What are
between
my
both
London
worlds.
people gonna do?
We're
You're
gonna-
working on it.
We're gonna working on it.
You're
We're
working on it.
I
Good,
have
good,
many,
working
many
on it.
friends and
Yeah.
family
Yeah.
members who will be very, very excited about this because
Awesome.
many times when my friends say, with the whole banking situation in
Yeah.
Nigeria where you have to do your KYC and they don't live here,
Yeah.
they only come here maybe once in a couple of years, or they ask you for, that NIN drama, BVN drama, all that.
Yes.
So
Yes,
or
yes,
maybe
yes.
your bank can decide, you need to come in and they need to see
Exactly.
you face to face before your account is, there's a lot happening. So
Nobody
I have
has
friends who would say to me, do you have anything you want to buy over here? I will need to pay for somebody.
You
I need to
barter.
pay someone some naira in Nigeria. So I'm going to send you. So you pay this person, and then look if you have
Yeah.
something on your wish list or your Amazon, what's it
Yeah.
called? Cards that you need to clear out. Let me do it for you. So and literally over the years, or being a Nigerian and then sending money to someone in the US for them to now send to China, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Wait. How do you send money
Right now?
Like
Yeah.
if you're sending dollars, how do you?
To
I'm
where?
trying to, if you're sending dollars to somebody in America,
Right now. I would.
I'm so used to asking friends.
Yes,
it,
I'm
right?
saying that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Like
So
I
I
literally
used to-
could call my friend and say, "Yo," it's just we should
I
be a
used to
long
use.
process. Yeah.
I actually joke that I used to use the Bank of Dio. My friend Dio
Mine
is
is
the person
Dio.
who I'll call, right? And so, now I don't, and she's out of business because now I just use the Paga app, right? And I can go either direction, right? And so I think that's the key unlock.
Yeah.
Now, I think there's a number of things. You're right. We've started with people who have U.S. residential addresses, so maybe both of us here can help you, but we'll expand it. Right?
Yeah.
And we're working.
Yeah,
towards,
because-
towards that.
Because I after Dirty December last year, I just would be online, and the way the algorithm is, once you click on something, it just keeps feeding you. So I
the
think I
same
watched
thing,
somebody's video just saying, I was in London, I was in Lagos for like a whole week, and I couldn't pay for anything. And then I just saw like a whole bunch of these videos of people just talking about how they had the money on their card. But you'd go to this merchant, we don't accept your card. And then, are you going to carry like a whole black bag of cash?
Yeah, and unfortunately, the other issue that a lot of merchants faced last year was people paid with their international card and then went and charged back.
Yes, that happened too.
So
That was a big thing
that's a
here
big-
and in
that's a big-
Ghana as
that's-
well.
oh, really? In Ghana as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
so a lot of people complained. I think there was a particular, is it a restaurant or a club, that the bill was crazy high. And they paid with a card, and within like about a week or two, they disputed it. So
So
Look, this is one of the things we're saying to restaurant owners, to lounges and clubs, is that they should promote this Paga, people using the Paga account, right? Because once you pay, especially if you're paying by bank transfer,
that's it.
it's done,
yeah.
right? Transaction's done. You get your money real time.
No
You see it.
disputing.
There's no dispute.
No disputing.
when you think about Nigerians in diaspora, for example, what do you want Paga US to represent beyond money transfers?
I wanted to represent a link back home.
Okay.
Right? That this is how, I can pay for mom's hospital bills. I can pay for her television. I can pay for her electricity. Right? I can send money home to my cousins. I can directly pay for their university to be sure that they're actually going to school. Right? So it's that link back home. And that's why we will soon launch bill payments into the app as well, to enable that to be able to pay real time for those transactions as well.
So, give us we've given some real life examples of,
Sure.
of how people, can benefit from using Paga, as whether business owners or, receiving money and so on. Dirty December has become this global phenomenon. It's not just for people who are in diaspora, people who have links here. I'm hearing that people who are not even Nigerian, who don't know anybody here,
Yes,
they were
now.
Are showing
called
up.
off. Yes, like they
Really?
did it last year. And then American tour companies allegedly
Yeah.
sold packages.
Not allegedly. There's one that I
Serious?
follow, and they sold out on their Nigerian package in August.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna have,
A lot of
we're gonna
people.
have like a lot
Interesting.
of American. So there's the people that are of Nigerian descent that
Yeah.
are gonna come back to reconnect, and there are people that have heard that, oh my gosh, Nigeria is so lit, Lagos is so lit. They're gonna be here
It
as
is,
well,
it is.
and there are people that are gonna come and try and see our artists
Yeah.
as well. So it's going to be very busy. I'm going to
So how are you going to tell, we already know Nigerians or
Yeah.
people who have links to home basically are going to probably hear, for example, I'm going to tell my friends, tell my family members.
Awesome, yeah.
How are you going to basically get non-Nigerians
Yeah.
to start to use Paga, for
Yeah.
example? And why, a lot of times we build wonderful things in this country where, we're doing so many things. At the same time, Nigerians also sometimes, a lot of times also have a bad reputation abroad. So why should the average,
Yeah.
for example, American who doesn't have any links
Yeah.
to Nigeria trust that,
Yeah.
Paga is going to make their life easier.
Yeah.
It's a Nigerian company. They're coming to Nigeria. Oh my God.
It's money. Yeah.
Apart from that, is the Nigerian prince. What am I going to do? Is this a scam?
Jeez, Nigerian print doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
No, it's a fair point. I mean, look, I think first of all, look, Paga turned 16 this year,
Wow.
right? So for a financial services company to be around 16 years. And have built a well-known brand, and you've never heard any of these kinds of issues with us, right? I think that's a big deal. I think the fact that we're able to, convince U.S. banking partners to work with us, which is a first in fintech in Nigeria, is a big deal. And that's because we pay the highest regard to compliance, to KYC, AML, and really security for us is about multiple rings of security, right?
Okay.
And so it's something we take very seriously, and maintaining that trust. I think our core view is that the day we fail at trust is the day the business ends, right? And so it's something that we always have to do, right? And so to get the word out, it's by partnering with folks like yourselves, right? And also, we're really proud of the partnership we have with Alma. I actually just saw the other day she was in Mexico, and she was talking about how
yes.
and now actually I just stumbled on it actually. So it's interesting. I stumbled on her video. And I'm watching her experience, and she was like, oh yeah, and then I paid with my Paga account, and I was like, that's awesome.
She's a
right?
travel content creator for
Correct.
those who might, and she travels. She was the one who was trying to break the record for, I think, going to
across all continents
Yeah.
in 60 hours.
Yes,
right?
it didn't quite work out because of a
Correct.
visa thing, thanks to this whole, Nigerian passport situation.
on a Nigerian passport.
Yeah, which is another issue. But
Yeah.
the fact that somebody who travels that much, was able. First of all, she quit her 9 to 5 and decided to
Yeah.
face this thing full time. And like she said, she doesn't know anybody. She doesn't come from immense wealth, and she's able to travel the world and document her experiences, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what she has learned, and the fact that somebody like that who travels often is able to do her transactions or whatever it is with the Paga app, with the Paga account, is a good testament of how you've not failed her.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
I was going to ask. So we've talked about if I'm coming for Dirty December, the different things I can do and the different ways Paga can make sure my Dirty December experience is fantastic. But as you were talking, I just remembered a situation. This was many years ago. I was shopping. I went back to London, and I was shopping, and I was at Selfridges, and my card did not.
Which card did you use?
I can't.
It was a Nigerian bank.
It was a Nigerian bank. It was a Nigerian
Say
bank.
it now. Let's
I
do
can't.
it.
Please. So
Is it
they're
the green
looking at
one
me.
or the orange one or the
Don't
purple
say
one?
Colorblind.
The blue one.
But
Anyways,
it was a very, very embarrassing experience.
yeah.
So I don't know what happened
Yeah.
because back in the day, sometimes the cards would work, sometimes they won't work, and it's just like So I remember giving them that card, and it was declined. I'm just like, what do you mean?
No, it's not about back in the
And
day.
they start-
Actually, it's still today, right?
No, but you know what
Yeah.
I did? I just stopped using those cards. The embarrassment was too
I
much.
see.
Because
Yeah.
they're looking at you like,
Yeah.
when they've already wrapped it and they put it there and then it now declines and they now move their bag
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
before she
you
gets
take it and run.
ideas.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm just like, no, I have the money. And they're
Sure
looking
you
at me.
do.
So how do you make sure
Yeah.
that situations like that don't happen
Yeah.
anymore?
Well, look, I think this is the beauty of what we've done, right? Is that, look, it's a U.S. card based in the U.S., domiciled in the U.S., so it's global acceptance,
Okay.
right? And I think, the example you gave recently, a few months ago, a friend of mine, before we launched actually, but a friend who knew we were about to launch was stuck in London. Similar kind of thing, had just used her domiciliary account that she went and got dollars to put in. She went and sourced her own dollars to put in the account. And then the card failed, didn't work, right? And she says, hey, when are you launching this product? Like, this is what just happened to me. And I said, actually, you know what? I'll get you on right now, right? Because I've been using it. It's live, but we're just a few people. And literally, I got her live.
She's saying,
Yeah.
I got one. Okay, continue.
I got her live and moved her money there. She was just through, and she was able to travel, and now she's using it fully. And she's a remote worker in Nigeria, and so she actually now earns income.
So can I clarify? She has an American address.
She does have an American address.
She has an American address,
Yes.
and
Yes.
she was able to use that card in the UK.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, all right.
So you're able to use a card anywhere in the world. Yeah.
Okay. Wanted to clarify
Not
that.
just in the US.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I
Well,
think
she lives in Nigeria, but has an American address as a remote worker in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the challenge for a lot of people, pretty much like you said, when I'm traveling, again, you go and find your own dollars to put in your dom account, and then sometimes that card can just be like, I'm not working today. I'm not working today.
Listen.
So what I have to do is I have obviously I still have like a UK bank account, so I have that card, but there is the stress of moving money, like moving naira. I cannot move naira directly to my UK card, so I have to take the naira, change it to pounds, then if I'm lucky, find somebody to give it. It's just stressful. It's just extremely stressful. So to know that it can be much, much easier, especially once you get a UK sorted out.
Yes.
We'd really appreciate it.
We will.
All right. So what would you want, anybody that's watching, anybody that is just finding out about this, what would you want their key takeaways to be?
Exactly.
Yeah, look, I think it's that Paga's on a journey to simplify your access to global financial services and global banking. And we've started with the Paga US accounts, and you'll be able to receive dollars, easily put in dollars, save your money, be able to use it for spending with global acceptance. And it's just a step in the next direction, right? Will enable
Why are you laughing?
people here in Nigeria to finally enjoy. Yes, very
Susan and I
much.
have been
Yes.
discussing.
Only
100%.
fans they only pay in dollars.
Yeah, would they pay you in naira?
I just
Yeah.
figured they.
Yeah, I can't put my feet account.
Yeah. If you're on Fiverr, you can
Maybe not.
receive money on Fiverr, right? And it's really to give you the
I'm fine
freedom.
for the UK people, but I do have an American address. Okay,
Let's do it. We'll open
Just,
accounts. Let's open accounts.
No, because honestly, you should be able to do some work. Look, let's be honest, in this economy, if you have a lot of responsibility, you have a family to feed, many people are looking for pay that will earn them, foreign currency.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest headaches is how do you get paid?
Yeah.
So the fact, I'm joking about OnlyFans, maybe not, but
it's
the
a big
fact
creator
that
problem.
listen, but the fact that's the biggest one for me to be able to receive.
Huge.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Super excited about it. For those who don't have a Paga account yet, how do they get started?
You just go to your favorite app store. We're on the iOS store, on the Android store and the Huawei store as well.
Okay.
And you can download the Paga app.
Okay.
And that's all you need to do. You can either start with a Nigeria account, a Naira account if you want. And then once you're in the Naira account, you can open a US account, or you can just open a US account directly.
Love it.
Okay. Thank you so much for stopping by. This has been extremely enlightening. And we know that lots of people are going to take advantage of this because it is making life so much easier for the potential, should I say, customer, and also for business owners as well. Because I know that a lot of business owners are worried about receiving payment for something and then the payment being disputed. So at least this way, it's like a straight transfer into your account, and you're not having to chase or curse somebody. So yeah, business owners as well. All of you, like the restaurants, the salons. I know a lot of salons complained heavily last year, where you do your nails and everything. So yeah, fantastic. Well done. Best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
We
Really
look forward
appreciate
to
it.
more
Thank you.
updates. Okay.
Thank you.
Right,
Awesome.
thanks.
Thanks, Sabine.